What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. If you need to take a seat with you on the go, check out the Sitpack. This is not the first Sitpack I've ever had. I actually bought one of the original, the 1.0 Sitpacks, because they were awesome. They're great for just taking around with you. They're the size of a water bottle, and you can sit and relax. And if you have feet that get tired, plantar fasciitis, weak knees, something like that, they can actually be a lifesaver. And there's a lot of times when you want to kind of sit, relax, and take the load off, whether it's a concert or a sporting event or camping or walking through a park or whatever it might be. And having something like this can just make it so much easier. Now, this one is actually the ZEN-XI, and it's the Sitpack. It's a new design here, and this one is actually in the carbon. So let's just go ahead and unbox it and take a look at what we get. First of all, you can see how small this thing is, and here it is. Now, what's interesting is we have like a loop here, which you can use as a wrist loop, but it's also the seat. And what you might be able to see here is that we have a really nice mesh material in here. It's kind of like a jersey material. And then on the back side here, we have a big nylon strap. It's very robust. You can tell there's something in there. It's slightly padded. We also have some really strong like Cordura nylon linings on the side. We have some plastic tabs here on the end and this nylon strap that comes out, and this is what will create the seat. And it's kind of interesting. As you can see here, this thing is really small when we have it all folded up, but we have like these aluminum wings here, and they are curved, and that's what gives them some structure, because these are going to fold up like a Y, and that is going to create the structure of the seat. Now, the bend here, the curve, is going to give it structure and stability and strength that when you sit on it, these won't just fold in. If they were flat, they'd probably just fold in. But I want to show you here. Pull these up like this, and it will create this Y. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take these little plastic tabs right here, and as we lift up these flaps, these little plastic tabs have a little loop on the end, a little hook on the end, and we're going to just slip that over the metal wing right here, so it grabs onto that edge. And then the same on this side, we're going to take this little hook and we are going to slip it over the metal edge right there, and that's going to hold it in place and actually kind of put the pressure on these two ends as you sit down on it. And you can see here, it's all tethered to the center here, and you can kind of tighten this up by sliding this little ring here up or down. Now, this is pretty tight, but you can see how it'll take up that extra slack if you need to. Now, down here, it's just beautiful. It's like an unfinished carbon fiber. It's just a matte finish, which makes the sucker super light. And then on the bottom, to extend this out, we have a rubber point here, so that's going to go into the ground. And what you can do is just turn it counterclockwise, and this all extends out like a tent pole. And you can see beautiful carbon fiber all the way down there. Now, if you twist it back clockwise like this, those all get jammed together, so this thing will now no longer collapse. The seat is actually fairly tall, and if I just hold it next to me here, you can see that it's kind of up by my waist. And that's not a problem because it is height adjustable. So what you might be able to see here on this middle portion, we have some T's right here, and these are different markings, so where you can turn this counterclockwise and move it down to the T here and twist it back in, and it'll lock into these positions. Now, I'm actually going to move it down to the lowest position here because I'm actually pretty short, and I just want to see if this sucker will work. Booyah! Yeah, this thing is great, man. It's nice because even if you have a wider butt like me, I'm not touching either of the ends here, so it's really comfortable. And because that seat is actually cushioned fabric, now it kind of conforms to my butt, so it's not like sitting on something hard, man. And it really just takes the weight off. It's kind of like creating a human tripod now, and it's a lot like sitting down. Man, this is pretty nice. Like I said, if you get weak feet, bad knees, plantar fasciitis, you can't stand for a long period of time, this is an easy way to carry something that's the size of a water bottle and gives you a seat at any time that you need it. Now, I'm also kind of curious if I can collapse any one of these smaller legs. So I'm going to just kind of see if I can collapse the bottom one here and turn that in. And I'm going to keep everything else nice and tight. And now you can see how short this is. Now, I don't know that this is recommended to use because I don't know that it's designed to do this, but what I can do is actually make it even quite a bit shorter. Now it's actually like sitting actually on a real stool. It is really, really short. You can see how my knees are bent as opposed to just kind of leaning into it. I could just sit out here for days. This is kind of crazy. I love it. Now, the best part about this is that, you got to get up and go and move around and take your seat with you. Like I said, on a long hike or something, all you do is you counterclockwise turn this, push it all the way back together again, and turn it clockwise, and this whole thing will now lock in place. And then to close up the seat, you just lift the tab out of the metal wing here. Great, now that wing is free. Lift this tab out, and now that wing is free, and just collapse everything back down and take it and go. How cool is that, man? And they actually make a little sleeve for this as well, so you can put this. But I'm telling you, man, this thing is smaller than a water bottle. It's like a lightsaber. Hey, if you want to pick this up, it's actually pretty inexpensive too. And if you are a hiker, backpacker, a traveler, you go to a lot of different events, you walk around a lot, I think this is going to be an invaluable little travel companion. And it's under 90 bucks, 89 bucks, I think, for this little bad boy. Given all of the high quality materials and high technology in here, I think it's a steal. Hey, I will put a link to this little bad boy in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.